Dylan, welcome to Podcastina.
Hello, Galena. How are you? I just met your dog Monty.
Yeah, and everyone loves him.
Yes, he's very sweet.
I haven't had it yet to where someone's come over to podcast and been like, "Oh, a dog that's all over me."
I know it's one of the great pleasures in life is a nice dog.
That's so true. I'm glad you feel that way. There are people that don't like dogs.
I don't get that.
Me neither.
How could you not like you?
What are you looking forward to right now?
I'm looking forward to. Oh, I'm going to Chicago next week, and I lived there for 5 years, and I just love that city so much. I love the food and the people and the public transportation, and I'm going with two of my buddies, and so
amazing.
We're just doing like a boys trip kind of thing, and I'm very stoked for that. I've been like really trying to push hard this last like month in terms of like blah stuff, the stuff we all do. And then next week, I'm not going to do anything. And it's St. Patrick's Day on Tuesday.
In Chicago.
Yeah. And I've been on like I don't know if like, it's not something I set out to do, but a sobriety kick. So I haven't been like drinking or smoking. And so I'm going to drink a lot on Tuesday specifically.
You lived there, so you've been to a St. Patty's Day there before. Isn't it pretty notoriously nutso for it?
Yes, they love St. Patrick's in Chicago.
Are they the city that turns their water green?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they dye the river green in the morning, and then everyone kind of goes out and there's a parade. But simultaneously, it's going to be like 25 or 30 degrees. So we'll see what happens.
Good old, well, not Northeast, Midwest, but like the Great Lakes cities are notoriously freezing.
Yes. Yes, I think so. You ever been?
I have. Well, I grew up outside of Cleveland, which has a very similar climate to Chicago, and it's like 6 hours away. So I used to drive there. I haven't been there in a really long time. I haven't been there probably since I was in college, but I used to like going.
When you went in college, would you like do the whole drink thing?
A little bit, yeah. I didn't party too hard. I would go to visit my roommate's relatives used to live there, so I'd go with her. And so we'd drink just to the point that it was appropriate around people,
You strike me as someone with like that knows how to like moderate.
Usually.
What do you not moderate on?
I generally moderate on everything. However, I drank so much that I threw up recently here.
Nice.
And it was
welcome.
Thank you. It was the first time it had happened since my 30th birthday, I think. I had like a very tumultuous week of just kind of feeling disconnected, a little bit lonely. I think it was like my 3rd week in Austin. And so I didn't feel like I had necessarily connected with anyone yet, like friendship wise. I'm in this weird spot where like I sort of know, like even us, right? Like I've known you, but we haven't gotten that close and you've been out here. So I'm trying to kind of like reestablish some of these friendships and like grow them. And it just takes time.
Yeah.
So I was feeling really lonely and I was trying to make plans with Monterey. I was waiting to hear back from her. I went out with someone that I thought I could be better friends with, but it was not a good night.
Oh no.
And a couple days later, finally I hear back from Monterey and she's like, let's do a little girls' night. She introduced me to Jenna Sparrow. We had so much fun. And the 3 of us were having such a good time and people just kept handing me drinks. So I wasn't being conscious of what was going on. And then we get to Mitzi's and someone hands me a shot. I don't do shots. I don't know what came over me, but I took this like double shot of whatever the fuck it was. And then I was barfing like pretty quickly thereafter.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a good night.
I mean, I had a fun time, but it was a little embarrassing because I don't roll like that and I don't like to get drunk. I normally drink to the point of starting to get drunk and then I stop. It's like 2 drinks and I'm done. And sometimes I go months without drinking by accident because it's just not really something. I just don't reach for it,
Right.
And so that was like, ooh, oh no. Jenna's meeting me for the first time. I'm sleeping on her fucking couch because I'm too fucked up to drive home.
No, I think that's more what you need. You need a moderation on moderation.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, because every once in a while you need those nights.
I agree. I'm not mad it happened, but I've since apologized to everybody that I ran into that night. I go, that's not me.
We need to see more of it. I think you need to double down, Galena.
It's tough because I do feel like there's a bit of a party culture here.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
Especially like with comedians too. I feel like the way that we all run into each other every night here, and there's a couple hang spots, and so every night could just turn into a shit show if you wanted to.
Yes, it can happen. And it's interesting too because Austin is has a party culture and simultaneously like a health and wellness culture. Because you notice like in the
Yes.
morning they have like those walk clubs and those run clubs with all the hot people. I watch them from my car while I eat like cheese croissants. I look at the hot people all running around. I go, wow. So yeah, it is strange, but yeah, there is a party culture here for sure.
They're not the same people, I don't think.
You don't think they're probably not. If they're waking up at 7, they're probably not drinking the night before.
I think there seems to be a big divide here between there's the folks that you see out on 6th Street on the weekend who surely climbed out of a sewer to go
Ghouls.
out then. Absolute ghouls.
Ghouls.
You see them and I don't understand why anyone would even want the idea of going out on Dirty Sixth on a weekend. I would rather chew off my fucking arm than be part of that.
They're 19 years old with fake IDs.
It's
22
1,000%.
max.
Standing in line to be in a place where you can't hear anything and can't even get a drink.
Right.
And then the opposite side of that is the run club people who are wearing all the devices, the Whoop and the Apple Watch and the Aura Ring and tracking every fucking minute of their sleep tediously and going and doing blood tests because Huberman told them to and doing every fucking protocol under the sun. It's like one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, it's optimizing to the point of like that's your addiction.
Yes, it is an addiction.
Yeah, so like ideally trying to find some place between the ghouls and the robots. You know? I find I struggle with that a lot. It's like because especially as I'm getting older, you tend to think about more like, oh, how am I living my day to day? But yeah, I don't want to be the robot, and I don't want to be a ghoul either. It's an interesting place to try to find.
Maybe that can be the impact that I try to have here is to be like, moderation, folks. Yeah. That's my niche, moderation.
And then we get you to, every once in a while, get like shit-faced and throw up.
Yeah.
It's like those things, those movies where we adopt something from each other's culture.
Like Freaky Friday.
Yeah. We Freaky Friday it.
That would be so funny. A really healthy person, optimized person, Freaky Fridaying with someone that goes out on 6.
Yeah. What would Galena do if she was a fat alcoholic? And what would Dylan do if he like went to bed and woke up on time? That'd be a movie. I'd go see that movie.
I know I would too. That's really funny.
Yeah.
No one steal that.
Yeah.
Copyright, trademark.
So you moved here. Yeah. New cities can be lonely for sure. I remember even when I lived in LA, it took me at least a year to like really find my group.
Same.
Yeah. It's hard finding your group because it's kind of like, I don't know if you went to college, but like you meet everyone in college, you're in a new college, you like go, oh, we're all friends, like instantly because everyone's scared of being alone. And then, like 6 months, you look around, you're like, I actually fucking hate these people. I actually hate like 50% of you. You know what I mean? So there is that sort of like trial and error process. That you meet people out of like, oh, I don't want to be like alone. And then that gets you to find your actual people. I don't know. Have you felt anything like that?
Yeah, it took me a while. Certainly when I moved to LA, I felt so lonely for about a year. And I think that at that time, my 23-year-old brain was very much protecting me, and I wasn't registering that that's what was going on. I was just such a delusional optimist that I was so excited to be in LA from Cleveland. And I was like, oh my God, I did this. I got a job. I got an
Galena in the
apartment.
big city.
That's right. And so I was really focused on that and not doing inventory of how I actually felt. I also didn't know how to feel my feelings or identify them until I was probably like 28 or 29, if I'm being realistic. And oh, Monty, don't interrupt me. I'm saying something smart. The first year, I didn't realize how isolating it was for me until I looked back at it several years later. And then I was like, oh, that first year was a fucking shit show. Not only did I not really have friends, I was in a corporate job that I really hated. I hadn't started doing stand up yet, so I had no sense of community. And I also had peeping Toms. So I felt unsafe in my
You had
environment
peeping
too.
Toms.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been scary as fuck.
It was. It was terrifying. And I had to break my lease at that apartment. And it was like this fucking shithole apartment on Motor Avenue in Palms. First floor, living by myself.
First floor, peeping Tom.
Huge mistake.
Fuck.
So originally it happened, we had like this on-site property manager, this sweet little lady named Maria. And she came up to me one day and she goes, "You're not leaving your windows open at night, are you?" And I go, "No. What? Por qué?" And she goes, "Well, there's just been a guy that's been like looking into everybody's windows and he's probably just trying to rape or rob you. So just make sure you keep them closed." And she said it like that.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, the fuck? You know, I got so scared right away. I bought a taser. I was emailing the actual rental company relentlessly, like, "You guys gonna do something? You gonna up security? You gonna put in cameras? You gonna put in lights? What are you gonna do?" And they weren't doing anything. It was like every email I sent was just going into the fucking ether because they owned a lot of buildings, and it's like, of course they were just slumlords.
You're right.
And one night,
it's so true.
it's so true.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I started like sleeping on my couch with a baseball bat. I was so scared. I was
Jeez.
absolutely terrified. I hear all this ruckus one night and I go to look and see what it is. And I lived next to this couple. The boyfriend caught the peeping Tom looking in on his girlfriend. He chased him down the street with like a fucking crowbar. And then after that, security, like, the apartment complex finally put in motion censored lights. But the problem was they were so sensitive, they would go off like at absolutely everything. So it was kind of useless.
Right.
But it was quiet for like a month or two. And then one night I'm laying in bed reading and I get a fucking knock on my bedroom window. And I'm like, what? And sometimes I think you learn if you're fight or flight in the moment, because I would have assumed I was flight. Turns out I'm fight.
Good.
Grabbed my baseball bat, ran around the side of the building, like ran out of my unit and ran towards whatever the fuck was knocking on my window. It was LAPD. They needed me to come out and make a statement because they had just arrested someone that was looking in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was a different guy than the first guy that was reported, than the guy that my neighbor chased.
So it was just like a hotspot for creeps.
It was.
Jesus. That's so scary. Also, hey, knock on the door.
I know. They could have come in and there was no security at the building at all. It was one of those gates where you just reach over the gate to open the little latch.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why they didn't.
Gosh, that's scary. And then it's scary too because when your sleep is fucked up with, then you get even more anxious.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this self-perpetuating fear thing.
Yeah.
That sounds like a terrible living situation.
It was the worst, and they were giving me shit about getting out of my lease, so I just moved out of there, and they tried to send me to collections, and nothing ever really came of it.
Yeah. I swear these apartment people, whoever owns these apartments, like you said, are slumlords.
Mm-hmm.
And someone needs to, like, do something about it. I didn't have AC for, like, 3 or 4 months last summer.
Oh, no.
And they were trying, and I had to, like, get the city involved. I had to get, like, all these entities involved for a guy to fix my AC. It's like, hey, like, what are you people? And they should take those people like out into the street and execute them publicly.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've had so many bad landlord experiences. Or I shouldn't say that. I had 2 really bad landlord experiences in LA. That was one of them. The second one was I lived in this building in West Hollywood for 8 years. The landlord, oh, Monty, that's very loud. The landlord there, turns out he was getting investigated by the FBI for like Section 8 fraud, among a litany of other issues.
Wow.
And he and I ended up getting in a huge fight, and I ended up like recruiting I was talking to a lawyer that was like a tenant lawyer for the city of West Hollywood, and she's like, "Oh, I know all about George. I've been fighting George for 20 years." I go, "Jesus.
Wow.
How is he still allowed to like run all these buildings?"
That's crazy.
They
What
just
happened
don't care.
there?
So I had been in the building for a long time, so I had amazing rent control. And during the pandemic, he decided that he was going to start running Airbnbs out of the building, which was illegal in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
And also very fucking annoying.
Right.
Because the Airbnb shared a wall with my bedroom window. So there would be people partying in there all the time. I was getting woken up at least once a week. People, like couples, were coming to stay in the Airbnb and fighting in the fucking courtyard, and the cops would get called. And it was just like a mess. And it went on for months. And I was like, please stop with the Airbnbs. Please stop with the Airbnbs. Like, you know, you shouldn't be doing this. And I'm getting woken up all the time, and you're not giving me any concessions. You know, like, you're here pocketing all this extra money off Airbnb. Meanwhile, I'm losing sleep for what? You know, I'm not here to help you make money.
Right.
And then on top of that, I think he was like annoyed that I had such good rent control. So he started trying to find ways to get me out. And then it just turned into this like tit for tat thing where I ended up reporting him to the city for the Airbnb thing. And he like knew it was me that did it. And then he tried to evict me because I put in a window air conditioner, even though everybody else in the building had window air conditioners. And it turned into this whole thing. And then I was having, did you know Jeff Parasalis?
Mm-hmm.
So he came over to help me with the air conditioner because he was like in construction. And then he met my landlord and like didn't get into a physical altercation with him, but was like screaming at him.
Yeah,
and they were like threatening each other. And it was like a whole fucking thing.
Jeff.
I mean, Jeff honored me. So I respect him for that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then after that, I was like, I will only live in apartment buildings that are major corporate owned, that have like rules and regulations that, you know, go by the book. And so I don't trust like mom and pop situation landlords anymore because of that. I know they're not all bad, but I had so many bad experiences that I was like, I just can't do this anymore.
Totally. Yeah. Good for you. Yeah. Now you're in like a very corporate, like kind of place, but I'm glad this new place is working out for you.
Yeah, and I could like, you put in a work order, they fix it right away.
That rules. Well, good.
Have you had bad landlord experiences besides the one here with the air conditioner?
So it was just more like living situations, especially in LA. There was this one. I was in a studio in Glendale, right by the mall, and there's just this senile old guy that lived next to me, and the walls were just like paper thin, and every night he would just fucking yell like and just scream into the night, and he was just a scary dude. And then one time he like invited me over, and he's like, "Look at all the medals. Look at all," and then he's like, "And look at this gun." And he pulls out a gun and like is blocking the entrance. And he's also simultaneously being like, "I hate black people and gay people," and I just like kind of like looking around, you know what I mean? So that guy was just more scary. And then another time in that same building, you know, I get woken up to a knock, and I open it up, and it's like this man and this woman both in suits. They're from like the FBI or CIA or something like that. And, you know, I just like woken up, and I, you know, smoked a bowl or whatever. And I'm, you know, all this. And they're like, "Can we come in?" And I'm like, "I guess." you can take one step further into this like shoebox. And they're like, "So these people to your like left and right, like, what's their situation? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Sometimes they yell or argue at night, and they're like, they do. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, how many people? I was like, oh, it's like, I think 2 guys and a woman. And they go, a woman? And I go, and I go, yeah. And they're like, thank you. And then they walk, and then they like rush down. So I don't know what the context was, but whenever I said that there was a woman, it was like they were looking. I think she was kidnapped or something. So, stuff like that. But then I was in a different building. And this one was actually kind of a positive bad landlord situation. There's this landlord in a place that I lived. I'll try to keep it vague, but it seemed like they were just like it was a front kind of place, to launder money. And one day we just stopped paying rent because I think we just were late for a month, and no one said anything. And so we just stopped paying them. And they never said anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did that go on?
Well, because one of the times that I was like, usually you would pay rent through whatever, but then one of the times I was going to bring in a physical check. So I brought a physical check, and it was just some like old lady at a different work. Because I went to what I thought was like the leasing office, which was across town. And it was just like, I was like, oh yeah, is like Cindy here? And they're like, Cindy? And they're like, Cindy. And she just like kind of pops her head out. And she was like, oh, yes, come over here. And there was like, it was obvious that it had nothing to do with like the building at all.
That her name wasn't Cindy.
Right. Or that she was just at her work. And it's because she pulled me aside in like an office that like wasn't hers and was like, all right, just give me the. And so when we stopped paying, so I got like 6 months free rent out of
Incredible.
that. Yeah. So that was a positive bad landlord situation. I've had both.
It's so unfair, going back to the other one. If the police are going to get you involved in something, they shouldn't be allowed to just like leave on a cliffhanger like that. You should be able to get updates and answers for what's going on.
Yeah, tell me the gossip. Who was that woman?
Yeah.
Why did
they're like a lady?
Yeah, I know. They literally, the lady looked over. Whenever I said woman, the lady looked over to the guy and she went. I was like, what's the story? I know. I really wish I could figure it out. Maybe there's a way I could find it out.
I used to look up the Peeping Toms because they had sent me a letter from the court that the guy had gotten arrested and what his name was. But it was like a very generic, it was like Michael Scott or something. So it was like impossible to find anything out about what happened. But I'm sure in LA fashion, he's loose on the streets. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Damn, it would be so nice to be a criminal in LA.
We can always go back.
I can go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you woo-woo at all?
What's woo-woo?
Like, are you spiritual?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like actively seek it.
Okay.
I guess I felt like things where I felt like, oh, this is spiritual. I don't know if it's in sense. I believe there's probably something bigger than us, or that we're like very, very small. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what or how or any of that shit.
Yeah. Well, nobody does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people like to assume.
I meditate sometimes, and there's been moments where I feel things like higher than myself, or like just maybe new to me. Maybe it's just like how people feel all the time. But yeah, I guess I'm spiritual in that sense. Or spiritual in the way of, wow, look at this sunset. Isn't that amazing?
That's the best way to be. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm pretty woo-woo.
You're pretty
I'm
woo-woo?
not I will dabble. I feel like when I hear about astrology and I like it, I'm like, yeah, totally. But I really don't believe in it. But I'm very into manifesting.
Right. What so how do you do that? What do you do?
Well, you're supposed to assume the feeling of the manifestation already completed.
Oh, so if I was like, I want to be number one, I want to be the number one hot dog eating champion, I would imagine myself super full with like a gold medal on.
Yeah.
Nice.
What a great example. Yeah, you would just have to be like, I am the hot dog eating champ.
Yeah.
You have to become the identity of the thing that you're trying to call in.
So how often are you supposed to like reinforce that belief?
Daily.
Daily.
All day, every day.
Oh, okay. And then I find it really interesting because people see manifesting as woo woo, but I'm sure there's a lot of science to back that up. If you're thinking, you know, I am confident, I am this, I am that, I'm sure your brain subconsciously is working on that if those are your thoughts.
That's why I love it so much. I mean, I do call it woo woo because I think that most people hear it, and a lot of times it is associated with people that are pretty like far off the deep end with it. But I appreciate it for the neuroscience that does back it up, because we do have cognitive bias. You know, if you wake up and you go, oh, today's a shitty day, you go and you look for evidence of that, it confirms it, as opposed to, oh, I'm about to have a great day, and then you look for things to affirm that you're going to have a great day. There is that like cognitive dissonance that goes along with whatever it is that you've decided to believe. And so it does seep in, and it does, you know, your thoughts become your beliefs, become your identity, become the way that you move through the world. So for that, it all does work.
Yeah, I totally buy that. I was just watching something yesterday, and I think it's from that guy, Effective Habits or something like that. But he was talking
Oh,
about
Atomic Habits, James Clear.
could be.
Yeah, I'm a big James Clear nerd.
Yeah, he talks about that. He looks at it in like the rings of self, and like first you've got your identity, and then out here you've got like your system.
Yes.
And so if you work from identity outward, because most people go, if I run 5 days a week, I'll be a track star. When he suggests that you should be like, I am a champion runner. That's who I am. And then working outward is like, oh, okay, I do that because I do these habits. But to my core, I am the thing.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is. He has this great quote. It's so funny that you brought this up because I'm listening to Brene Brown right now on Dan Harris, and she's the one that introduced me to him, like probably in 2020 or 2021. And she always quotes him, and I'm going to quote her quoting him, very meta.
Yeah.
But it's you don't rise to the level of your ambitions, you fall to the level of your systems. And so it is about like habits and long-term consistency and being like, okay, runners run, so I'm going to go run. And now I've proven to myself that this is who I am because I said I'm a runner. And it's the same logic that Alan Carr uses for Easy Way to Quit Smoking. And I had like read that book a bunch back when I used to smoke, and it helps me smoke. And part of it helped me not smoke. The thing is, you go, well, I'm not a smoker, so why would I smoke?
Yeah. Yeah, he brings up an example. It's so funny. So he goes like, two people go in for get offered a drink. One goes, "Oh, I'm not a drinker," and one goes, "Oh, I'm trying to quit," or like, "I'm not drinking right now," that sort of thing. And the person who's like the identity, it's so easy to say no to those things because it's not who you are. It's interesting that you bring this up because I was literally just watching his master class last night before I was going to bed. I'm trying to figure out these systems, right? Because that's what he says is like the systems in which you also like finding dopamine, like getting dopamine from the right places. Yep. Right now, my dopamine is cheeseburgers and gambling money, and it can't be.
That's tough because those are such dopaminergic activities.
Yes. So it's like, fuck. They and then gosh, I'll have to send you the video, but there's this lady and she's talking about just like dopamine pathways and stuff. It's super interesting, and they basically say your life will suck for at least like a month. You know?
Yeah, 21 days to break a habit. But the thing that he talks about that is really helpful is the habit stacking, which is really just dopamine stacking, which is pair something you don't want to do, but you're trying to teach yourself to do with something you know you like. So if you're trying to, I mean, this is probably terrible advice, but I'm just trying to connect the dots here. Go for a run, which sucks, but you're trying to become a runner. Reward yourself with a half a cheeseburger, because then you'll associate the reward with the terrible thing. And then slowly you'll work that groove into your brain of, oh, I get a dopamine hit at the end of this activity. And so you stack things you like with things that you don't like.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of makes it more plausible. Like at the end of the day, you have to work with your brain chemistry and not against it. And a lot of people try to work against it and try to just like fucking white knuckle through things and like talk about a terrible way to try to improve your life. Like who can actually long-term white knuckle through anything?
Right. So, okay. So for instance, I'm addicted to nicotine pouches, but I want to be someone that walks every day. So if I would go, I get a nicotine pouch after I don't have a nicotine pouch until after I've walked.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so addicted to nicotine pouches and if I stuck to that, then I would reward myself with a nicotine pouch at the end of my walk. And that's how you stack dopamine? Interesting.
Yeah. But that's assuming you don't want to go on the walk.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Fair enough.
I really don't.
I have to go on walks. I mean, we were talking about this before we started recording, but I feel like the same way that a dog gets the zoomies, if I don't move, I get the zoomies. My anxiety needs somewhere to go. And for me, that's a physical outlet. And if I don't get it out, it will just like start coming out as chaos and anxious thoughts and rumination. Like I need to just exhaust myself out of the terrible things in my head.
You do seem like a very high energy person.
I am, yeah, but I keep it. It's interesting. I feel like I'm a duck. Like on the surface, I think I'm pretty calm seeming and pretty sane seeming. But underneath, like the paddling that's going on under the water that people don't see, I keep such a tight lid on the chaos. And the only reason I can keep that tight lid on it is because I busy myself with things that help me like move that energy out.
Interesting. So you have to, or what does it look like when you don't get the energy out? Just super anxiety?
Lots of anxiety. I do self-medicate with weed. I definitely hope that there's a version of me at some point that doesn't smoke as much as I smoke. I don't smoke until I'm like done with everything for the day. It's definitely like a before bed activity for me, but I certainly use it as a crutch to like get my brain to stop, because even on days, I mean, most days I'm like working out or going for a walk and still the thoughts chase me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. For sure. Do you ever like journal or anything like that?
I should journal more. I've gotten a lot better and more consistent at my meditation practice in the mornings because it was like so easy to kind of establish a new routine since I just moved. I probably should spend longer. I do like kind of short, like 10, maybe 15-minute meditation sessions. I should probably incorporate like either another one throughout the day or make the one that I do in the morning longer.
But that's my point. It's like at what point it's like, not for you, but sometimes I look at that and I go, at what point am I just fucking nuts? that I have to like do 9 things to like be what people do every day. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
But we all have to do that because we're not living how we're supposed to. We're not supposed to have all the terrible news of the planet on a fucking 5-inch screen in our pocket. We're not supposed to be like sedentary and be fucking just like taking in terrible information all day long, be in this like weird capitalistic, oh, I have to do 50 things just to make sure I have like access to food and shelter. We're living against how we're supposed to be. I'm supposed to be collecting berries in the woods.
Yeah.
I'm
True.
not supposed to be podcasting.
Yeah.
So I have to do all those other things to try to get in line with my physiology.
True. Yeah. It just feels like a lot sometimes. I look at like the day, and it's like like to be like, okay, so let's say I meditate 20. Normally a session is for me is like 22 to 25 minutes. That times 2, that's 50 minutes. Bathroom, and round it out to an hour. Then working out 30 minutes to an hour. That's 2 hours. And then cooking, maybe that's like an hour. What am I, a fucking Olympian?
Yes, but also, I don't know about you, but I'm averaging like 6 hours of screen time a day. So I have time.
Yeah, that's screen time. When do you use it?
All day.
Yeah, I do it like in night and in the morning. I got like one of those little brick things. Have you seen those?
Mm-mm.
You like tap on it, and then it locks all the apps, so you can't like open them. It's nice because it's like a physical thing that you have to be. So like, I'll put the brick. I have the brick on my fridge, and when I'm doing my best, I brick that before bed. So then when I wake up and my natural inclination is to pick up my phone and do this, I can't. And I go, oh fuck, I'm just awake with my thoughts. And that forces me into doing other things. But the screen time is a huge one. I mean, I'm sure, everyone talks about it, but just killer dopamine. And we're also in a business where like a lot of it is like DMs and stuff, where you get opportunities through the thing that's killing your creativity or time to do things that are productive. Weird shit.
I know.
It is, where we're like working against things designed to keep our attention. That's a hard thing. And there's a building there's buildings across the world with thousands of employees like with the specific mission to keep your screen time at 6 to 8 hours at least. And I'm just
working.
One dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be like, so you're fighting an army of thousands of people that went to Yale and Harvard and MIT. It's like, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
I need to get one of those, because the thing that I'm the most mad at myself for is checking it in the morning.
Oh, it's really useful if you use it. Yeah.
I have like almost a good morning routine. Almost. I do wake up and immediately look at my phone. Once I'm done checking everything and reading the comments about how women aren't funny, then I get up and do my skincare routine and take Monty for a walk and then do my meditation and my reading.
What a terrible fucking way to start the day.
I know.
We'll talk about affirmations.
Yeah, I wake up and I go, oh, lost a couple subs on YouTube. First thing.
Yeah, that's also fucking weird.
I know.
Our job requires us to be famous people.
I know. I just want to be a clown.
Yeah. And the old way of being famous was you would get good at the thing, and then you'd go on someone's platform, and then you would be famous. And now you're also the platform. So it's like we were talking about before we just set up. It's like you're not just a comedian anymore. You've got to do 9 things, but those 9 things take away from the thing that you're supposed to do. It's weird. It's a weird relationship. Picking and choosing who you'll be and who you have to be in order to be what you want to be.
Yeah, and you have to just agree to sell off parts of your soul or you don't get to have the thing.
Right.
And that's with any creative endeavor. And I keep talking about this too, that these days, like the way things have shifted, it's not just entertainers. You can't have a bakery without having a social media presence. It doesn't matter what field you're in. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a realtor, if you're, trying to open like a skincare lab or whatever, you need social media.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because you make that baker potentially have a less great loaf
Hmm.
because the hours that that person spent on it now are divided because they have to figure out how to make the perfect loaf and how to use Adobe Premiere. But like, what a mission, you know? Like, this baker is born into the world and they discover that they're a baker and they go, wow, like, I have to be truly great at something, it requires so much focus on one thing. But with social media and stuff, it's dividing that. So now it's like, okay, I can be 70% a great comedian. Until I guess it changes once you have money and you can have other people do that, and then you'll grow
But you
more.
won't get to that
But
unless
you
you do
won't
it all
get to
yourself
that
first. Yeah.
unless you go 70-30 or 60-40.
Hmm.
And it's interesting to see people's ratios sometimes because it's like you're told to go on stage every night and spend this time like creative blocking. But I've also seen that happen where the guy that's amazing at comedy can't be a comedian because he doesn't want to do this other stuff. I've had that struggle a lot recently where I just go like, I've been telling myself that my focus on just the comedy has been good, but it's not going to matter because all these people that I'm mad at that did social media and got there, they were the smart ones. And now they're getting an hour or 2 hours every night on the weekends traveling and living their dream. So like, who am I to be mad at this guy who is living their dream because they did the shit I didn't want to do?
I know, and it's tough because even doing the shit that you're supposed to do, I've been consistently posting on social for almost 2 years. I mean, nearly daily. And I'm not at that level yet. It hasn't like taken off yet to where it can allow me to headline.
What does it require?
I mean, it's almost silly to ask me because I haven't done it correctly, but I think that I haven't niched down and that's the issue for me specifically. Um, because of this podcast and because I don't just talk to comedians and don't want to just talk to comedians, the algorithm doesn't know what to do with me because one week I'm talking to a functional medicine doctor about what peptides people should be taking. Next week I'm joking with you about hot dog eating contests and I just don't get that kind of traction. And so I'm always trying to learn, I'm always trying to tweak it and dial it in a little bit more and like it's been better lately, but it still hasn't popped off.
Have you ever taken acid?
No, but I have some.
You should do it.
Really? Why do you say
Yeah.
that?
I don't know. I just think you should.
I just have that vibe that I need to go on an
Yeah.
acid trip.
Yeah.
I accidentally flew with acid recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. You forgot it in your...
I forgot it in my makeup bag. And I was like, oops, I'm traveling with 10 tabs of acid.
How'd you get this acid?
My roommate forgot she gave it to me. And I forgot she gave it to me also. And I accidentally moved here with it.
So now I'm the second person, at least, who says you got to take some of that acid.
You are.
Yeah, I think I'm your sign, Galena.
Yeah. What is it about acid specifically that you think would help me?
This is just my impression, and I don't know you very well. But you say you've been posting like consecutively for 2 years, and the algorithm. But I think taking acid once and really thinking about like what it is you love and want, maybe it'll be like the algorithm, like the algorithm is nothing to me.
Mm.
Even if it's just for like a day,
Mm-hmm.
you might find something outside of the shit that we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And also, you're a high energy, anxious person. And I think acid gives you realizations that a sober mind wouldn't. I think if you went out into the park one day and took acid and brought yourself water and snacks and a note that said, "I'm okay." Yeah, some fruits. You get some fruits from Central Market. You really do it with intention. I think you would find something brilliant and then write down your thoughts.
I love that. It is time. I kind of, as if I'm doing an oil change, I'll do like mushrooms here and there, maybe once or twice a year. I am overdue for a little psychedelic mission.
Steve Jobs did acid. What more do you need to do?
Yeah,
you know?
you're right. I've never done acid. As much as I've done mushrooms and enjoyed it, I've never, for some reason, acid kind of used to scare me, maybe because of the like made in a lab nature of it, but I'm sure I would be fine with my like mushroom experience.
Acid is one of the most positive feelings I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I do need to do that, and it's so funny we're talking about this, and it's kind of like some of my woo-woo. It's all full circle. This feels like an in alignment conversation for me because yesterday I was walking around the lake and I thought, I don't mean to complain about my life. I'm so lucky that I get to do what I'm doing and how many people get to make money doing their craft. And while it's not at the level I would like it to be, I'm still getting to do it. And yet sometimes I wish I could go one day without saying or hearing the word podcast because it just is like it just has taken over my entire fucking life. And again, I'm grateful that I get to do it. But like 24 hours of some kind of induced coma where I just don't even have to fucking think about it would be so nice.
Yeah. You definitely need to do acid.
2026 is my year.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be a little critical of you.
Mm-hmm.
And take it with a grain of salt. But like I have this little recorder, right? This is what I found, at least for me. I had this little recorder and it's got 2 mics and that's it. It's like 3 things. What if you like did something that like lo-fi and just had a conversation with someone you really, really fuck with? You know what I mean? Like, like something that you would enjoy that you didn't even like put out.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I don't even need the recorder. Then we're just talking to a person.
Right. But I guess my point is like, what about the thing is it that you like actually love?
Mm-hmm. Most of it, I love that it facilitates my ability to talk to people who I would like. What if I just invited you over today to have a conversation with me? I mean, I guess I could have, but in our industry, it's so easy to be like, oh, it'll be mutually beneficial if we do a podcast and then there's clips and yada, yada. And like, oh, I have to anyway because I'm on a schedule and I got to publish and this and that. It has helped me not only bond with people that I know a little, but also, I mean, I've recorded over 150 episodes. Like a lot of the people I've talked to, they would have never fucking talked to me if I didn't have a platform.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
So you're about like connecting with people.
Yeah, that's the main thing because 80% of this stuff, I don't mind doing it, but I didn't get into podcasting to fucking become an expert at Premiere Pro. I got into it for the talks and I love the talks so much that I tolerate doing the other stuff. Like I've had a sex trafficking detective on this show. I've had a Holocaust survivor on this show. I've had multiple doctors and therapists and OBGYNs, people that would never talk to me unless I was like paying them to. But I get to talk to them because of the show.
Yeah, you're getting like so many different life experiences that you wouldn't have normally got if you had just said, hey, let's get coffee.
Yeah, and I get to learn so much. And it's just I don't think I would have had the kind of infrastructure in place in my life without this show to be able to do that. And so that's the number one thing for me is I get to build these connections. I get to learn so much. And how lucky am I that I get to like share what I'm learning because it's all filmed.
Yes. And go back on it. You got like an archive of you learning and growing as a person.
Right.
That's super cool. That's the thing.
That is the thing.
Yeah.
And then the worrying about the metrics part, which is the unfortunate
Byproduct.
baggage. Yep.
Right. Okay. Yeah. The fucking metrics. Damn.
And I wouldn't worry about the metrics if we didn't live in this capitalistic society where I have fucking bills to pay and I'm trying to like save money for this, that, and the other, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only reason the metrics fucking matter is because I'm trying to make money.
That's the fucking tragedy of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Otherwise, I wouldn't fucking care if no one listens to this show.
Right.
I really wouldn't. I would keep doing it because I like doing it.
Yeah. Damn. So how do you worry less about the metrics?
As the longer I keep doing it, there was a place where I kind of fell off of worrying. Like, I would post and I would be like, it's going to do how it's due. Like, and then I'm not thinking about it as much because I'm kind of just numb from the volume part of it, where I'm like, it's just going to do whatever the fuck it's going to do. It's probably not going to go viral, but I'm putting it out there because I quote unquote have to. And then just thinking about like, do I actually want to talk to this person? Let me not try to book people just off the merit of me thinking that it's going to like help the show somehow. Let me just actually connect with people that I'm trying to connect to and talk about subjects that I'm trying to talk to or talk about. And then just sitting in that as much as I possibly can.
Who's the dream guest?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm a fucking massive Fast and Furious fan.
Oh my God. I would never have expected that.
I know. A lot of people don't. It's I'm a car girly.
Wow.
And I've just been watching those movies, you know, I mean, the first one came out in 2001. Also, Paul Walker was like my dream. I mean, my absolute, that was like to a T my type. I was so in love with him. I think the movies are fucking ridiculous. They're supposed to be. I feel like it's a joke that everybody is in on, or they're like, that's insane. They're driving from building to building in Dubai. And I go, yeah, that's the point. Oh, they went to space. That's the point. It's supposed to be ridiculous. It's supposed to be like a joke in and of itself. And so I'm also like very bonded with my brother over them too. Like we always go together opening day. I've seen them a billion times. I feel like Vin Diesel would just be a phenomenal podcast guest because when does he ever do podcasts? So there's like that part of it too, where I feel like it would be so special because he's not like there's actors that are like podcast whores. Like you look at someone, I don't want to say any names, but there's some actors that just like can't go on enough podcasts. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of boring, even if they're good at it. But to me, I'm like, Vin Diesel, not only is it personally, it would be like a pinnacle for me, but also he just doesn't really do that many podcasts. So it would be like so fun to put that into the world.
Yeah. That I would absolutely watch that episode.
Thanks. Yeah. It'll happen. But outside of him, my other dream guests are like Brene Brown or like people I've just learned a lot from. They're different authors. A lot of them probably aren't like super well known, but they're people that I'm like, I want to talk to you because your book moved me.
You read a lot.
I do.
Yeah. Do you prefer the physical book or do you do like Kindle or
I do
listen?
Kindle mostly, yeah, just because it's easier and you can get Kindle books from the library, so I haven't paid for a book in like years.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What about you?
I have a weird relationship with books. Sometimes I'll read, sometimes I won't. I like audio. I go through phases of like fiction and nonfiction. I've been trying to get more on a fiction kick lately, but sometimes I'll read like a book till it's just getting good and then I'll stop. I'm more of a movie guy.
Okay.
But I do love learning about things, but when it comes to implementing them, I think I'm more emotional than practical. So, like, if you ask me to, like, I guess this would be most people, but I would prefer to watch, like, a really good movie over read for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I get that. I don't read for long stints.
How do you break it up?
So I read every morning with my coffee. So it's usually like 15, 20 minutes of reading in the mornings. And then the only other time I really read is if I'm like laying at the pool or on vacation or on a flight. I don't really spend my evenings like lounging and reading. I kind of wish I did, but I just don't yearn for it like that. Like evening is screen time for me. I'm like usually just vegging out in front of the TV.
Is it usually nonfiction?
So here's my split. Here's what keeps me enjoying reading. I used to read a lot of my self-help books, and now I keep my actual reading to fun stuff like novels, autobiographies, sometimes anything that I can actually escape in. And then I keep my like self-help stuff to audio now. So I'll take out an audiobook like James Clear we were talking about. I did read that physical book, but this was before I made the switch. Now if I'm going to pick up like a self-improvement book, audio only, because I don't want to feel like I'm reading a textbook. I want to like escape in a novel.
Very cool. What's been your favorite novel as of recently?
I just finished Amy Silverberg. I don't mean to like blow smoke up her ass because she's my friend, but I really, really loved her book. I just finished it yesterday.
What's the book?
It's called First Time Long Time, and it's just a novel, and it's so I'm sure I loved it so much like because I know her. There was so much of her in the book, and that was like a person I was like sad to not see as much since I moved. And so that was really amazing.
Wow.
I just started this book called Priest Daddy that's really good so far. I just like a fun ride.
Yeah. Do you like have you ever read like Dark Matter? That was a fun one.
Loved Dark Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that one.
If you like that one, you'll like Midnight Library too.
Midnight Library.
They're both kind of about multiverses, and that kind of thing lines up with what I believe as far as like you can make a choice and then all of a sudden be in a different life. And so I love books that kind of go along that theme too.
Yeah, it kind of goes along with affirmation.
Sure does.
Yeah. What do you think like there's multiple universes where you're like, I don't know, there's a universe where I'm sitting over there and you're sitting over here?
Kind of, yeah. It's more fun to believe that there are.
Yeah. What do you think of this one? The universe we're in.
I have high hopes for it.
Yeah.
It's a little scary sometimes, but
Yeah, I always wonder if like I forget where I read or heard this or saw an Instagram reel of someone saying what they read, what they heard, but it was this guy and he was arguing that life is much better and like life is the best right now in terms of where we are historically, but that the framing in which we're seeing the world is only negative because, like you said earlier, we're seeing every problem of the world, and it's lucrative for these people to give us anxiety.
yeah, 1000%. That's true. It depends on by what metric you use, because best is subjective, right? I used to think being a car snob, I would be like, well, the best car is this. And it's like, for what? Best for what? Best for safety? Subaru. Best for, fun, affordable engineering and speed? BMW. Best for like most beautiful Ferrari. So like what do you mean when you say best? So I think it's the same with the world where it's like technologically best. It's hard to say peace wise. I mean, there's a bunch of wars going on, but are there less wars going on than there were like 100 years ago? Probably.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to look at it. Like how much of like us looking at our phones also is like how much best to whom,
hmm
but um why why now? Why what about like living today is actually I just lost my thought completely. I don't think I had anything to say.
It sounded so poignant the way you set it up.
Yeah. I think I just wanted to be poignant, but I'm not a very poignant guy. I just start sentences sometimes.
No, I felt the intention of it. Maybe
Yeah.
you were trying to say maybe of like depends who it's best for. It's like in some ways it's bad because we're just comparing it to what we know. Like in the way I have 2 stepbrothers now, and I will just call them my brothers, but, like, I grew up an only child, and people always used to be like, "Oh, what's it like? Aren't you lonely?" And I'm like, "I have nothing to compare it to. I can't switch into having siblings and tell you what that experience is like because I just don't know it." And so for us today, it's like we can complain because maybe my experience today is worse than my experience 5 years ago, but I have no reference point for what it would have been like if I was me existing in the 60s and I couldn't even have a credit card.
Interesting stuff. Well, do you think you can? Because people like when people talk about empathy, they talk about like putting yourself in someone else's shoes, basically. But how can you even do that if you don't even know?
Right. You can't, so fuck empathy.
Well, yeah, yeah, but then how do you approach things like racism, homophobia, xenophobia, XYZ?
I think we cultivate it by giving people that have experienced it the floor to talk about their experiences and validating them and listening to them.
I think you're right, but how do you weed out the annoying ones that ruin it for everybody?
I know. Well, they make themselves so obvious, right?
Uh, yeah, but unfortunately, those are the people that are pointed to when they say that group is bad because of the
Yeah.
annoying person.
Yeah, and that's where it's just, I guess, a matter of discernment.
Yeah, it's tricky because how do you like, you can't teach a world to discern from that.
No, and some people are just fucking stupid and there's nothing that can be done about that. We have to move slower because some people's pace is really slow and we need it's it's like most of us probably don't need a warning label on the bleach to not drink the bleach, but some people do. So you have to have a warning label.
Yeah.
I might already be on acid.
I'm telling you, Galena, I think you would love it.
I believe you. I would love to know, okay, because you're a poker player?
No.
No?
But sometimes I enjoy poker.
Okay. As someone who's never played, sell me on it. Or like what's the appeal of how did gambling turn into this like big industry? Because I feel like it's the hottest it's ever been. It seems to really permeate, especially with like younger men. It seems to be like
Mhm.
a really big thing. What is the appeal of it?
It's the appeal of gambling is, well, one, there's like the literal dopamine of winning money, but it's also like, I think for men specifically, no, maybe not men. This could be everybody. But I think men gravitate more towards having like a movie moment.
Interesting. Say
or,
more.
where you go, that guy thinks that that he's better than me. I'm better than him. When in reality, it's just cards, you know. But having that moment, there's this guy who was talking about um, addiction and gambling, and the most addictive gamblers are the people, or the feeling that you get, the rush, the thing that you're actually chasing. It's not winning; it's the moment that it's uncertain if you will win or lose.
Oh, because that adrenaline must be like, it's got to
Yes.
be the adrenaline, huh?
Yes. So it's the adrenaline of going, I could lose it all or I could win it and then
Mm.
double that. You know, because there's two types of poker players. There's professionals that study, and they study GTO, game theory optimal. So they're literally like mathematicians, and they can, but then there's also people who they call fish and whales. And if you
Mm.
got a fish or a whale at your table, that's who everyone targets because they will call anything. They're gambling, right? They're not looking at it as a job. They just want a feeling, you know? And so the fish and whales are people, it's basically like people to get money out of because they'll play suboptimally. And what was your original question?
Just, I'm always curious the appeal of it because it's not been something I've ever gravitated towards. I
Yeah.
also am, if there's an opposite of adrenaline junkie, it's me. I'm like, I need my system to be regulated. I fucking hate cortisol. I hate like any kind of chemicals that make me feel like really riled up.
I think it's the adrenaline rush, for sure. And then also it's one of those tricky things because it can solve problems.
Yeah, there's that appeal of like, oh, well, I could win this and this. Yeah, and that I would think would draw me in, and yet it hasn't.
Oh yeah,
I'm so afraid of
that's
losing,
very good. I was talking to this guy. He's a comedian and he's also a teacher, and he's like convinced it's a literal epidemic. Like the kids in his high school, these boys are getting into mountains of gambling debt, and they're not even 18.
I've heard of that. Yeah, because sports betting is so accessible now.
Yeah, and now with things like with other apps that I hope will sponsor one day. No, it's that you can bet on anything. You can bet if like if it's gonna rain tomorrow, and if it says it's not, then your odds will be lower, but you'll get a higher payout if it does. And it's on your phone.
All right. Well, we had some technical difficulties, but we
Yeah.
have been calling for over an hour, so we'll wrap this shit up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dylan Sullivan, where can people find you?
Oh, I feel bad. We had all these technical issues just so I can do my plug.
Well, but I need to end the show.
Yeah. No, I just feel bad.
Don't feel bad.
Instagram, I'm Dylan Ray Soul on Instagram. That's where they can find me.
Well, thank you so much for doing the show today.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for hanging out with us.
And thank you everybody for listening. Bye.